Say what?
Why don't you lead us in on this one?
Oh, thank you for letting me co-host with you. What a good, what a good
gravy.
host you are.
I had to assert myself on the first one.
Hey, dude, that really worked out for you. It worked out for you really well, didn't it?
You're a very vindictive person.
Yes, I am. I put the dick in vindictive. Adam didn't
say that again.
Adam didn't like that at all. All right, well, everyone, thanks for listening. I'm going to cut out that last part. So, Adam, we got full brother cast. Oh, so we rank stuff, guys. We rank. The last one we ranked got a little heated. Talked about the top 5 things that you like about brother, or what you like about being a brother.
Top 5 best things about having a brother, which I thought was going to be a very positive, reinforcing, good night, have sweet dreams sort of a podcast.
Oh yeah, we should do that. We should have brought that
but
up.
instead it turned into a...
No, see, you let it go there. As a host, you should have reined that in.
You started pushing buttons.
You were the host, and you should have reined that in. But see, this is why I'm taking it over, guys. So I'm taking it over, and...
Yes? I'm going to do a blog post without you that's type 5 things that suck about having a brother.
That would be good, too. I'd read that. This is in order. We're counting down from 10 to 1. The top 10 Super Nintendo games that we played back in the day. You have to have played it. You have to have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It can't be something that you're just playing it because it was off the hype.
No, right.
Now, there's going to be a few things out there that we're going to talk why it reminds us of, maybe like, oh, this is why.
Why we like it so much.
Right. I'm going to go first.
Well, before you get into that.
No, you go first.
Oh, I can go first.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to go. No, I'm kidding. I was going to say...
Before you talk, let me talk.
I was going to say that the Super Nintendo, we got it when we were probably, 1991 or something, 1992?
Yeah, something like that.
So I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, and you were like 10 or something like that. So it played a somewhat significant part in our lives. 92, maybe? I would have been 8 in 92.
I think we got it earlier than that.
The Super?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because all these games came out, I looked them up in like 92, 93.
Okay.
And I feel like we had them for a while before that.
How would we have had the games before
we had
they came out?
You know what? I know. We got it when I was in 6th grade. I was 6th grade.
Okay, so I was 4th grade, so I was 8 years old, or 9 years old. 8 or 9.
Yeah, I was 10.
Okay, perfect. We figured that out. A very roundabout way of totally justifying what I said. But what I was going to say, though, is that probably one of the games, although I don't know if you ever played it, just to get this out of the way. So at the end, I think we're going to maybe mention some games that didn't make our lists.
Nope.
But that we enjoyed. I'm going to.
Why do a top 10 list and then you just start mentioning?
Because there's some games that people might really, like, somebody listening to this is listening to it because, oh, yeah, I love that game. Are they going to mention it? And then they don't. And so it's just to, I don't know why did you ever learn improv? The first 2 rules of improv are yes and, okay? Not nope. So yes, we're going to do that at the end. And right now at the beginning, I want to say I never played The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, so it's not on my list. I want to get that out of the way because that's like generally regarded as one of the best ones. I'm sorry.
Okay, I never played it either. Since Adam didn't play it, I didn't play it. Adam was probably too busy figuring out
which game to rent from the video update.
Rent that one. Can I guess some of yours?
Well, we're going to have crossover, I'm sure.
Let's do this. Can I guess? I'm going to guess 3 of yours. You guess 3 of mine, I'll guess 3 of yours. Okay?
Yeah.
Super Metroid.
We'll find out as we go. I'm not going to verify it.
Obviously, we know the ones that we really are, but I'm going to guess.
Sure.
You have to go obscure with me.
Okay.
So Super Metroid. I'm going to say. Let's see here. Yoshi's Island. I feel like that's a go-to for you. These are obscure. There's some definite ones that are going to definitely happen. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to say F-Zero. Oh, no. Fox.
Star Fox?
Star Fox.
Okay.
You got 3 for me?
I'll say NBA Jam. I'll say Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. And I'll say, and this one's super obscure. And so I would be very surprised if it's actually on there, but I would love it if it was. WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game.
That's so funny.
What?
That's just funny.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited to see.
Go number 10,
those
buddy.
games. My number 10 is it's a little game that pretty much started or really kickstarted the fighter game thing. I wasn't really into Mortal Kombat, but Street Fighter 2.
That's such a good one. Didn't make my list. I wish it did.
Street Fighter 2 was, first of all,
so good.
The arcade,
Dang
going to Godfather's or whatever and play, that was the game to play other than the Ninja Turtles arcade game and the Avengers one. You're really upset. Street Fighter
It's so good. Like it easily blows my number 10 out of the water.
Does it really?
Yeah, it should have been on there.
Okay, well, you can make it your new number 10.
I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my original list. I feel like that's a fraudulent thing that I would be doing.
That's fair. You know what Street Fighter 2 has done for me and my marriage? Nothing.
But is
this a bit?
I don't know. You started it.
No, it actually has. My wife and I. That's the only video game she's played. Well, she's played a couple. She's never really played any games much at all. But we've played a little bit of Street Fighter 2, and she really enjoys it. She likes playing as Chun-Li. She likes kind of bouncing around, but she likes Chun-Li. She likes Blanca.
Dude, Blanca's the best.
I like Guile. Guile's my go-to.
Yeah. Who's the big Russian dude?
Zangief.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I saw his chest hair, and I thought I wanted that chest hair.
And you got it.
And I pretty much got it. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think I just willed that into existence.
I saw, what was the little, what'd you say? Blanca,
the Brazilian shocking
the
guy?
green dude?
Yeah, the green guy.
I think he had some back hair. That's what I got.
Oh, yeah.
I willed that. I willed that to me. All right. Are you...
So, yeah, I mean... The thing I liked about it, so I want to dive, maybe as we talk about these games, dive into what we liked about them a little bit. So I liked...
We can't spend too much time.
Well, sure, I know, but giving a couple minutes, right?
I'll give you 1 minute.
Stipulations. I tell you what. Street Fighter 2 is... the thing I like about Street Fighter 2 is just that it's every character is very different, and it's just fun to compete in that game. Winning or losing, it's always fun because it's an exciting game.
I just like you can go back, forward, and B and X and Y.
All
and
this,
whatever.
the special.
And you just randomly get stuff. All right, my number 10 is bouncing off of yours. I'm just saying, if I got 10, you got 10. That's 20 minutes each on those. Plus we dive in. We're into 40 minutes, and
20 minutes each on what?
Or we got 10 minutes each. You got 10, I got 10. So combined, that's 20 minutes just to even talk about it a little bit.
Right, and it's 40 if we talk 2 minutes into each one.
But I know that's why you said give me a few minutes. I was like, we can't go.
I just meant a couple. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you wish you would have just and I extended this? You could have said more about Super.
What's your number 10?
I'm going to go off The Godfather as well with Adam here. I almost called him Uncle Adam. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. TMNT 2. What were you going to say?
TMNT 4 was on Super Nintendo. TMNT 4 Turtles in Time.
That was it.
TMNT 2 was on the NES.
Okay, sorry. So that one, the 4 one, where you could walk into shops and out of shops and walk in through. It's kind of like the same thing with the Simpsons, but I don't remember seeing that on Super Nintendo. But
it's a brawler.
Yeah, it's just walking through and people fly in and you're kicking, they're flashing. That's what I like. That's what I miss on games now. The flashing. You would know that someone was about to die.
Oh, yeah.
Because they would just flash a little bit. But then as they got faster and faster flashes, as you hit them more, you knew, okay, this guy, you know what?
What?
You would do the same thing when I used to bring you to the edge. We were talking about in the last episode. It'd flash, and all of a sudden it'd flash.
You would know.
And then
you would know it's about
blow
to
up. Okay, that's
explode. That's good. That's a great choice.
Who was your favorite Ninja Turtle that you'd play as? You had the bow staff. You had the...
It'd probably be Donatello just because of the reach with the bow. With Raphael and Michelangelo, you're like, you don't have the reach.
I feel like Michelangelo was faster. You could jump up and do that kick. The jump kick. Jump kick was the best move.
That's like straight from Double Dragon. You would be doing that.
Yes, that's true too.
All right. Do we want to snake it? Do you want to go
Let's do snake draft?
Let's snake it.
Okay, number 9. Lemmings.
Ooh, Lemmings.
Do.
That's a good choice.
I think I started start singing the blues. But Lemmings was so much fun. It was a game where you had your lemmings, you could choose what they could do, that you had to get from point A to point B, and you couldn't get them killed. And they had little fun sound effects as well, but they'd have to either you'd have one lemming that would just start digging or axing or whatever you'd call that, mining these trails
Yeah.
And then you'd have to get them all. You had the climbers. You had all these, the parachuters. You'd have everything. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Lemmings was a little bit above my pay grade at that point in time. It was too puzzly for me, but I did like it. I liked watching them all just fall off a cliff.
And then Darren Hughes, as a Darren Hughes original.
Yeah, he had that one, right?
Yep.
Let us borrow that. That's a good one.
Thank you.
All right, my number 9 is a game called Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh.
Which is one that a lot of people don't. Well, I feel like a lot of people do know about this game, or at least maybe have seen it from time to time.
This is a Darren Hughes original as well.
Such a good game, and it's really one of those games where playing co-op is super fun because
these are so good.
Working together to save the neighborhood. Like there's different neighbors that are in these levels that are all kind of like puzzly and like maze-ish kind of, or they have like one gimmick, and you're trying to just catch or like rescue those neighbors before time. Well, is there a timer? I don't think there's really a timer.
There's a timer.
Is that right? Okay. So you're trying to rescue the neighbors before time runs out, and every level gets increasingly more difficult. And I think it's like 50 levels or maybe even 100 levels.
It's so good.
It's a really good game. The music's really good. That's a great game. It sounds like you missed out on that one. All right. So since we're snaking it, I'm going to go to my next one. Number 8, Donkey Kong Country.
That almost made my list, but it didn't.
Yeah. It was kind of in and out on my list, and I decided to go with it because of, I don't know, when I think about that game, it kind of brings me back to a place in time, and I like the feel of it is okay, but I like the graphics, of course, were crazy good at the time.
At the time, they're sweet.
Now they haven't aged as well, but the music was really good.
Another one. Yeah, keep going.
You're really struggling.
This is terrible. Yeah, we got through some honorable mentions. Okay. You're absolutely correct on that one.
No, thank you. But the music was really good. The barrel blasting, and then the little secret areas you could get to, the boss fights, and how every little like the minecart levels and every little setting was
Getting
different.
The bananas, jumping at the bananas.
That was just a really fun game. I thought that game was. I mean, and we got that VHS somehow in the mail. That was like, do you remember that Donkey Kong VHS?
Yeah.
I don't know why we got that. I wonder if anybody else out there got that.
I hated that game. That's why I think it's overrated. I feel like it's a game that it's a difficult game. It's not fun. You wouldn't, when you would jump and you'd think you're landing on a branch, you wouldn't be landing on a branch.
Yeah, the jumping isn't that good, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't go fast with it. I like a game that you kind of got to go back and forth, and you got to do the screen scroll just a little bit while you try to figure out how to jump. And then but it does bring back memories of people being in our bedroom while we would be playing it.
We didn't know them.
We didn't know they showed up with the VHS. They're like, hey, we got this VHS. Can we play with you guys? And but we listened to music, and it would be Hot Stepper. I remember Hot Stepper on that one a lot.
Yeah, Hot Stepper. Yeah, it's kind of weird thinking about some of these games, and I'll have some other. It was like
song-related things.
We would get a game for either Christmas or our birthdays or something, and then we'd also get like a CD of some kind, or we'd have some song be popular on the radio, and they would just become melded in our minds.
So the thing with me. For my number 8, this one was a rental that turned out to be a great one. This was when I was at the peak of my basketball love. I loved it. I loved basketball.
Oh,
and
I know this.
You could do like your own random. Like each player had like Dominic Wilkins would do like the windmill, and Sean Kemp would bounce the ball hard up, and he would catch it and dunk it. And it had the angled court. And so you had the full court, and it was NBA Live 95. Mm-hmm. I got it at Goodwill for $3.
Did you really?
Yeah, I still have it. It's somewhere. Might have lost it in the divorce now that I think about it. But we're gonna keep rolling on this one.
Yeah.
NBA Live 95, you could create your own character, I think. You could edit people.
You'd like put 99 on everything.
Yeah.
We made our family.
I think we
made mom.
It was so much fun. It was just a blast. So NBA Live 95.
Yeah.
And then that's my 8.
Yeah, that's a good one. Before you go on to your next one, sorry. You reminded me though of NBA Showdown, which came before that one.
That was. Are you sure?
NBA Showdown was the one where it was side scrolling, and then and then they had the fancy dunks and things like that. But then NBA Live changed it.
Well, Double Dribble was good off of that too.
Yeah.
Double Dribble, you punch people up. That was regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
7, Mario RPG. Now, Mario RPG used to be, that was like the Mario where you're like Chrono Trigger Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, this is sweet, pretty decent graphics. And then I just got into it. I would remember, this is like the first game that I can remember where I would wake up early and go play. And I'd pour myself a glass of milk. This is the nostalgia part. And I would go get myself a frosted strawberry Pop-Tart.
Ooh.
One cooked. You'd have to start, and it was so hot. You had to eat the end that had the frosting first. And then you'd move into the rest of the thing. And just burn. The first half of that Pop-Tart was just burning your mouth. And then it was fine after that. But Mario RPG, I don't remember much about it except that I played it all the time.
I literally thought you were just you're going to mention Mario RPG and then just describe a Pop-Tart and say, so yeah, number 7 Mario RPG.
That's literally what I'm saying.
It was really the Pop-Tart was the best part of the game.
It was when Adam. This was a game that Adam wasn't into. That's the crazy thing. I don't think so. Maybe you were.
It might be on my list. Who knows?
But I don't feel like Adam was into it, so I got to play it a lot more. Go ahead.
Oh boy. What am I on? 7?
Yep.
So number 7 is kind of a cheat because it's actually NES games all combined onto one cartridge. It's Super Mario All-Stars.
Okay, you can't do that.
Why not?
That's a good one.
Thank you. I don't know
really
how.
good.
I just remember
Dang, that's good.
We came home from school.
I feel like I put a lot of work into this thing, and now you're blowing me out of the water with this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
not a competition.
By the way, guys, Mario RPG was released in 1996. Okay.
That's really good. Actually, I remember with Mario RPG going to Fred Meyer, and they had like a little demo display thing, and you could watch, because I think the 64 had come out at that point. So it was like the tail end of the Super Nintendo, and then the introduction of the 64. There was like GoldenEye videos, and then there was Mario RPG videos.
It was like 98. I just made it up. But anyways, keep going.
Okay, whatever. But what was I saying? Mario All-Stars. I remember coming home from school, and Mom surprised us with Mario All-Stars.
I remember something like that.
It was like in the, it was in our Super Nintendo. She had put it in. She had taken out Super Mario World.
Because she played it.
Did she? Okay. I just remember her putting it in.
I'm guessing she played that. That makes sense now.
She might have. She liked the old Nintendo. And so we, but she was hoping we would just turn on the Nintendo without noticing. And then it would be like, what is this? But we noticed it. But yeah, Mario All-Stars was Mario 1, 2, 3, and then the Lost Levels, which wasn't ever released in the US. And those are like 3 of the best games like ever. And Mario 3 is fantastic. But they like updated the graphics for the Super Nintendo and stuff. It was so good. Yeah, it's kind of cheating because it's 3 great games and then 1 game that we never played.
Yeah, way to go.
But
my 6 is everything, all the games, every game I played.
Oh gosh, you're so funny. My number 6, you guessed it at the beginning, Super Metroid.
Yeah. You loved Super Metroid.
But we hardly played it. Like, we borrowed it from Darren. This was another one we had from Darren for a little while. We didn't ever own that one, but I liked it a ton because it nailed the theme of sci-fi, like the music, the atmosphere. It was so like
this is the Darren?
immersive. Darren had it.
I thought it was regular Nintendo, but I think you're right. It was Super Nintendo. It's where she made her big reveal. That it was a chick.
Well, she did that in the first one too.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. You get that part of the game.
Yeah, but the graphics were awesome. The gameplay was really cool. The bosses. Have you ever heard of the term Metroidvania?
Nope.
Well, Metroidvania is one of these games where you like explore, like Castlevania and Metroid, where you explore, you get some items, and then that unlocks further. Like you go back and you open up new areas with the items. And so Super Metroid was like awesome for that. You'd get like you could turn into a ball, and then you could get to these other areas. You'd get the missiles, and then you could open certain doors. You'd get the super missiles. You could open other doors. It was just fun to explore and like see what was there.
And people used to chant Metroidvania, Metroid, like point salad.
Oh
point
boy,
salad, point salad.
No, that didn't happen.
Oh,
point salad is fun to chant though when you're playing a board game.
That was a good call.
It's a really good way to take a boring board game and make it fun. All right, that was my number 6. What's your number?
Don't you do another one?
I did 7.
What was yours? 7?
Mario All-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to 6. Super
All right.
Metroid.
My number 6, Adam guessed it. This is the one that he hoped was on my list.
Oh.
WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. Nobody messes with the bad guy.
I forgot about that.
Nobody messes with the bad guy. Ray Romano. Not Ray Romano.
Ray Romano when he was on that stint with the WWF. Nobody messes with the bad guy.
Oh, that was Kermit.
Well, it's close to Ray Ramon.
So it would be
Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon would pick you up by your feet and shake you and like a carpet against the mat.
Yeah.
Oh man, Doink the Clown. They had them all great. Shawn Michaels was amazing on that game. That was such a fun game. That's the second most favorite game that I've ever played when it comes to wrestling. First one was WCW versus the NWO. That was Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
But this one was like right up there. So much fun. And this is when we got DC Talk. What would people think if you think that I'm a Jesus freak? And we'd play this game with the centers, without the centers, but blaring DC Talk the entire time.
Yes.
That was...
also the President's of the United States.
Presidents was a different game.
I swear we listened to that because I remember them going, "Look out!" during
maybe we did that, but I feel like that was Presidents might have been Donkey Kong Country 2 for me.
No, that's possible.
All right, so that was my number 6.
That was a good game. It's not on my list, but I definitely thought about it as like that. For me, it's less that it was a great game and more that it was just a great memory to play that game with.
Such a fun game.
Yeah.
I don't want to play some of these games because now I'm going to play them like that was why this was fun.
Yeah. But back in the day, you didn't have many choices, and it was like you just learned a game.
I never thought that game got old. The true great games, you either beat them or you just got a new game and stopped playing the old one. It wasn't because you're like, I'm so sick of this game, I don't want to play this ever again. That's kind of what made my list. Okay, number 5.
We're in the top 5.
Top 5. Original Mario Kart. The best. The best Mario Kart there is. The best Mario Kart there ever will be. It didn't have this little cheaty thing where you know, because I know Nintendo 64, these others, even where they had it for the what's the Switch,
the
or not
Wii?
the Switch, the Wii, where you could if you were playing somebody, you could kick their ass playing it. I'm sorry, I cussed there. That's on me. But you could just beat them into the ground. And they didn't have a mechanism that would help the other one catch up, like
rubber banding,
like the future in the other future games. Here, you could just, if you got beat, you got destroyed, and there would be tears of your own. Or if you beat somebody else, they would have tears.
But I heard somebody talking about this game the other day.
Not
has exactly right up the alley what you're saying.
Okay, then bounce it back to me when you're done. Go ahead.
When I'm done?
Yeah, when you're done with this, bounce it back.
Okay, sure.
It's still like
gotcha. They were saying that their older brother always won. And that they always got third because there was rubber banding with the computer. So when his brother would just destroy him, Princess Peach would always just go right past him at the finish line. And I was like, I think I can relate to that.
So there was rubber banding?
There was some rubber banding, but it wasn't between the players.
Well, I know that RC Pro M had rubber banding when they had that yellow one that would just go super fast.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
But this is what made it the best for me. The Battle
mode, yeah.
Where you could play against somebody else. You had those 3 spinning balloons around you, and you would just hunt them, and they would hunt you, and you'd try to shoot them with some green
shell or a red
shell or whatever.
That's a good banana.
That was all time. That's what made that game amazing.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Battle mode was great. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 is Super Mario RPG.
Did I call it?
Well, no, you said that was one that you played more than me, and so you weren't sure how much I liked that game.
I thought I said Yoshi's Island. And then I said Mario RPG.
No, you said Super Metroid. I wrote them down. You said Super Metroid, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox.
Dang it.
Super Mario RPG is my number 5, and I did like this game a lot, but yeah, like all things being equal, Travis did play more of this than me at that time, but then I played it in college with like a couple of my friends, and we beat it.
Oh, really?
And Mike Alderson and then Brammy. And it was super fun.
Sounds like 3 studs.
Yeah, we were really cool. And we got T-shirts that said, I beat Mario RPG, the Legend of the 7 Stars. And girls were all over us. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Mario RPG was just really good. It had those Donkey Kong Country style graphics of like the 3D renders and stuff. But it was like funny and it was vibrant, and yeah, I liked the battle mode. Like you said, it's like Chrono Trigger, like an RPG battle mode, but you could like press the button at the right time and do like more damage when you hit them and stuff. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my number 5, Mario RPG. My number 4 is Yoshi's Island. So you called this one also Super Mario World 2?
Yes. I think I reached on the Star Fox one. I probably didn't get that one, but I'm stoked about Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island is a beautiful game. It's got incredible creative graphics. It's had a good soundtrack. But the thing about it, like I played that game to death. I 100%ed that game because you could go in and you could get all the collectibles. You could do all the different things.
That's what was fun for you.
I did that with every single level in that game, and I don't know if I'm proud of that, but it was, that game was just so fun. It had cool mechanisms with like shooting eggshells and stuff like that. And that's one of those games where we listened to a CD. I remember Skilo.
Oh, I wish it was a little bit taller.
Like we listened to that whole album like over and over again as we were.
Yep.
Cheeseburger, milkshake, Diet Coke, bigger, larger, small size, chicken oregano,
salad on the side. Right.
Welcome to LA. And when in LA, there's a couple rules everyone must follow. Keep your head straight ahead and watch your wallets. Somebody call the cops. Somebody call my socks. Man,
you're really good with lyrics.
Thanks. That's my number 4.
I love, Yoshi's Island. I never got into it. I liked it. Never got into it.
I understand. You were a little bit old for it at that point.
Yeah. I think
it was kind of geared towards kids.
Yeah, I was more wanting to kick you off so I could play MA Jam.
Yeah.
4th. This is going to be a surprise to Adam. Adam's going to be surprised by this answer here. He's going to say, really? I thought this was a unanimous decision. I can't believe that you would put this at 4. I thought this would at least be your second.
Oh, I know what this is then.
Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
Earthbound is a great game. This is not to knock Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really great game. It's Earthbound is a great game. I don't know how. Adam might know. I don't know how we rented it. I think it was not a Darren Hughes.
Yeah, we rented it.
And it was, I remember the lead up to it in the Nintendo Powers because they would have the little smelly things that scratch and sniff.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And you were like, wow, this game's insane. I want to play this game.
Well, that's one of the things one of the reasons why they feel like people didn't play it was because of the tagline was, this game stinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stupid marketing.
But I wanted to play it
because
of that.
Well, so we played it. First off, if you can create your own person, if you're sitting, you're at the drawing board and you're going to go, I want to make a video game. I'm going to go get on this engine and build a game. Make sure that you let that person name their character and name the other characters. It is not a fun game if you cannot create that person. Even if that person doesn't look like you, that's okay. Give them the ability to change their name, right, Adam?
Yeah, let them name the dog, too. Let them name their favorite food.
So with Earthbound, I know it's on your list, but I'm going to say you tell me on your turn what you named but mine would be, it would be me, it would be Adam.
You must have done Travi, because I don't think they had enough characters for Travis.
I did Travi. I did Adam. Girl was Kim for Kim Dragness, because I was a creep.
Really?
I would either do Joe or I would do Aaron, center.
Uh-huh.
And then the dog would be Ace.
Okay.
So
yeah, Ace. Uh-huh.
So I don't know and that's so Earthbound, okay? What beat Earthbound, Travis? That's insane. That's your number 4?
That's your number 4. What could possibly be your number 3?
Sim City.
Ooh, Sim City. Yeah, that's really good.
Sim City is such a great fun game for the Super Nintendo, and I went up on Wikipedia trying to figure it out. They had like 1 million Sim Cities. And this one is like one of the original ones. They had it on the computer, looked a little bit different, a little more blockier, pixelated. But the Super Nintendo version, way better. You could create your residential, and I remember reading on a Nintendo Power how to create it. You'd make a big square, and then in the middle of it, you put a park or an amusement park or something, and then you'd put the road all the way around it, and it would grow so fast.
Yeah.
You need to keep your industrial away so you don't get pollution. You want to try and get that power plant to not be a coal power plant. It was worth it in the beginning to make it a nuclear power plant to create less pollution. When you got into this game, you'd realize I cannot build one road that separates these two residentials I'd go 2 roads, but before you knew it, you were starting to get just completely packed with even people driving there. So when you would then go play the game again, you would make it 3 spaces away from each other, so you could put a little trolley in between the 2 roads. I'm telling you guys,
had it.
if
you
you
got to
guys
figure this out.
and I found it.
Listen to the man.
I found it at Goodwill.
Did you?
Yeah. The other thing is about this, it didn't have the little saving thing, the battery thing or whatever it uses.
Oh yeah.
So you can't save it. I actually have an Earthbound the same way.
Yeah, Earthbound.
Or
has,
I think you have that.
the battery. The saving battery died on that. Yeah.
Sucks. But anyway, SimCity is amazing, and you can you guys are gonna create this city thing. You guys can name it. It was Kemp.
Whatever you want.
It was Kempville.
Kempville.
Or Kemp,
named for who?
or
Jack Kemp.
Jack Kemp or Kemp Town, and it was Sean Kemp.
I remember this was one of those games where, because you just kind of make money off of taxes in the game, we would let it run. Travis and I would go out and play basketball.
Yes.
Or play outside
For like 45 minutes, hour, and you come back and you're like, and your town would hate you.
Yeah,
because
like
you jacked
buildings would have maybe fallen apart a little bit, but you'd have so much money by then you could just repair it easily.
Yeah, you jack. And here's the thing. We're never going to do this. It's PS2. Has the same type of a thing. It was like you were a mayor.
Megalopolis?
Megalopolis. Something like that.
Yeah.
Metrolopolis.
Metromania?
It was good. It was fun. Go at 'em.
What am I on, number 3? Mm-hmm. Number 3 for me has been mentioned, although it hasn't been mentioned as one that's on your list. What crossover have we had? Have we had any crossover? Well, Super Mario RPG has been our only crossover, I think. Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is like the best, well, practically the best RPG on the Super Nintendo. It's like one of the best games of all time. The storyline is amazing. The graphics are amazing. The sound is amazing. The gameplay is amazing. And you travel through time in it, so all the settings are different and amazing. And you collect all these characters, and guess what? They're amazing. And all these different surprises and plot twists happen, and guess what? They're amazing. And you know what else? You also get to fly like a ship at some point, and you know what that is?
Amazing.
Yep. And there's like all these different multiple endings, and you team up with the bad guy, which I always liked. And that's another thing about Super Mario RPG I liked, was that you had Mario and Bowser would join your party, which was cool. We didn't mention that. But Chrono Trigger had just so much packed into this little game, and I don't think we ever finished it, but it was because we rented it. But it was so enthralling the entire time, and like the battles got more and more interesting. You know, it starts out like just attack and defend and stuff, but then it gets more like, okay, you have to attack this guy with fire, and you have to attack this guy with ice, and you have to. So it just gets more puzzly and interesting, and really, I mean, it's just like one of the best games. Full frontal disclosure on this one. It made my original top 5. We expanded this to a top 10. It did not make my top 10. Wow.
Yeah, it was the weirdest
started doing
thing.
some research, I guess.
I started thinking of other games. Now I started thinking like, oh, what about this game? What about that game? And I wish I could kick top Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just See?
That's for our listeners on Mars.
But good job.
Thank you. Am I on to number 2?
No, because you just did 4 and 3.
No, I just did 3.
Yeah, you do 2.
Okay, here goes number 2. This is, in my opinion, probably one of the best platforming games of all time. Platforming is just where you run around and jump and stuff. Super Mario World. Just the original Super Mario World for Super Nintendo.
Dang, Star Fox didn't make it.
Is so good. It's like... I mean, Super Mario 3, the thing I like about Super Mario 3 is that it has all the different, like, every world is different setting. Like, you have the big world, and you have the desert, and you have the ice, and all that sort of stuff. Super Mario World didn't really have that. But what it did have was, like, interesting levels, cool, like, more levels than you could even... Like all sorts of secrets. Dream of. It just had all these secrets and like things. You find a key and you go and you swim in a certain area and you put the key in the hole and then you've unlocked a different level. And talking about keys and holes here.
I don't remember any of this.
Really?
But I didn't play these games.
You didn't play Mario World? Come on.
You'll see why.
It was so good. Mario World is like the epitome of a great platformer.
Then it should be number 1.
Go get it. Well, my number 1's not a platformer.
We've been burping.
That's gross.
That's segue to Adam's number 1, but we're going to hold off on that one.
That's very true. Go for it.
Number 2.
That was really gross that we just burped like that.
That's okay. NBA.
Nobody wants to hear that.
NBA Jam.
So I got that one right.
Jam. You got them. You got 2 now. NBA Jam.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's good. No, I loved playing as Peyton and Shrimp. Did they have Kemp?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 3. They had Kemp too. I like Peyton and Shrimp though, because Shrimp could drain it and Peyton could dribble it.
Yeah, but you would drain it with Kemp from the 3-point line on the baseline.
On the baseline,
every time.
Kemp could make it on the baseline. He's heating up, dude. We have so many huge things, even in this culture to this day, based off of that. Boom, shakalaka.
He's on fire.
Yeah, breaking the backboard. Breaking the backboard was the coolest thing.
Oh yeah, it always happened in the fourth quarter.
And it was actually at the time really good graphics. Like you didn't think about. You see the little profile picture, and it's like, oh man, I'm going to be this person. And they had a lot of unlockable characters as well. You could be Bill Clinton. That was fun. But the Beastie Boys were on it, and you could unlock them. And it was all by code. And it was just like, no matter what, it always made it fun. And this was like pre-updates. Like we weren't online back then, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like this thing that was like, oh, hey, we're going to now do this next build, and now you can be this character. It's like it was all on the game. Yeah. And to me, those people that were creating it, to have the foresight to know that it not only can you be your favorite NBA player, but you can be these like random celebrities too. Extremely smart.
So good. That's a great choice.
Yeah. And now number 1.
What do you got?
Clay Fighter. No, I'm kidding. Which is, I wish I had. That's one of my honorable mentions.
Clay Fighter was pretty bad, but it was fun to play.
It was so good. That was just, anyway. We'll talk about that as one of my honorable mentions, because I wish I had it on here. That would knock Teenage Mutant Turtles off there. Clay Fighter was so much fun.
Clay Fighter's not better than Street Fighter.
I don't know. Put Street Fighter on. Yeah, Clay Fighter's so good though.
It's really not.
Papa needs some new shoes. All right, my number 1 is, and this is, guys, let me just tell you this right now, okay? This has everything
to do with.
This has everything that I wanted in a game. Not really, but it had everything at my time. This is the peak Travis Kenny of like starting to enter that freedom phase. We cleaned out this room that was down in the shop.
Oh yeah.
That used to be just store crap. Well, you get in there, it's musty. It smells like just, old wood. Must. But my parents moved a TV in there. Got a little weight set in there.
Yeah, working out.
And then a barrel chair that you could sit on that had like a little leather on it. Friends would come over. I brought my CD player down there. Listen to the Fugees
and Funyuns.
And play Ken Griffey Jr. presents. And then I think it's just, is it Major League Baseball?
Well, he had 2 on the Super Nintendo. There was Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And then there was Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run.
Okay, it wasn't Winning Run.
Yeah.
It was the first one where you didn't have anybody else. They looked like the people, and you could edit their names until you turn it off and turn it back on again, and then it was gone. But you had people like Can of Corn, but like that was Jay Buhner or whoever, or Omar Vizquel. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Hitting a home run.
The home run derby was great.
Was so much fun. Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball, legit. 2. Legit to quit. Yes, and I'm saying legit. And it should be legit. But that was my favorite. Absolutely favorite. That was just the best Super Nintendo game out there.
We got a lot of good memories with that one.
So many good, just playing and playing and playing.
That was good. That was a good game. But it's not number 1. Well, it is for you, and that's fine. And it was almost...
By the way,
I wrote it down.
Can I give a shout out to Adam?
Yo.
3 for 3.
I was 3 for 3 on that.
Were you getting a little nervous?
I was pretty surprised that WrestleMania arcade game was on yours.
It's such a good game.
I definitely would have thought Zombies Ate My Neighbors would have been on yours.
That's so weird that it wasn't. I feel like NBA Jam should be on yours. That's crazy that it wasn't.
I wrote it down, but it didn't make my top 10. My number 1 is Earthbound.
Oh, big surprise!
It's already been mentioned, but there's something about Earthbound that is
so good.
Like, for me, it's like a dose of, like, it's a huge hit of nostalgia every time I hear any music from it. Anytime I like see it in action, anytime I pick it up and play it, it is like, I don't know. I know we rented that game and we kept it like for more days than we should have, and we had to pay late fees on it.
Oh, late fees were the worst, but yeah.
But we were so into it, and it like took up an entire week, maybe even a week and a half of our summer. What's up?
If you turned it back in, you weren't seeing it for another month. You knew that.
Somebody else was going to check it out.
Right. So it's like, well, I've got to pay the late fees and keep it.
And because it's an RPG, like, it has certain save files, and it only had 3, and so it's like, the chances of my save file surviving another renter is, who knows.
How great did it feel, though, to overwrite somebody else's?
That was great.
This guy just sunk like 80 hours into this thing, and I erased it.
I felt very good. Yeah. It's just such a good game. It really is. Like, I think for maybe people who come to it now, because I think now it's on the Super Nintendo Classic, and it's on like
so good
Virtual Console.
It's the reason I bought it.
Yeah, it's why I got it too. I mean, that and a handful of other games.
Chrono Trigger's on it?
No, it's not.
It's on mine.
No, Final Fantasy.
My bad.
Yeah. But
no wonder I got that confused. I started playing Final Fantasy. I'm like, this game sucks.
Oh, really? Final Fantasy is really good. Final Fantasy 3 is fantastic. But it's different than Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
Sorry, keep going with this, man.
But it had some really cool ideas that I wish other RPGs had, which is like, when you are a high enough level and you get into a fight, you don't, like other RPGs, you have to fight.
Go through it. And here goes.
Here it's like, boom, you're done. The screen flashes and you've won the fight. Or like after you beat like the boss of a world or of a level, all of the other, all of the like minions and like monsters, they run away from you.
Yeah.
Before they would run at you and you'd get into a fight, which is just so cool. It's like, it makes you feel like you're making a difference in the game, which a lot of games don't really do that.
What's your favorite level?
Oh man, I kind of like the earlier ones.
Me too.
I like the Happy Village with the weird cult.
Oh yeah.
But I like Tucson, and 3 does pretty good with the zombies. But I think I like Tucson the best. It's like the second world. Like there's Onett, and then there's Tucson.
Yeah, I liked the one where it was the Runaway 5. I loved the Runaway 5, and I can't tell if I like the Runaway 5 because you just watch them dance, and it reminds you of the Blues Brothers, or if it was that you would walk up to people in the crowd and like, they would just say random stuff like, I've been here for 5 days. I can't wait to watch these guys.
Well, that's the thing about, the Earthbound is so funny. Yeah. It's like one of these games where the writing, like a lot of games, a lot of things really in pop culture, it's like they try to be funny in some way and they fail. But like this game was really funny. It had just the right sense of humor to like be like, what the heck?
The one peculiar thing that I'd have to say about this thing, by the way, my favorite level was the one that was neon and black and all that. I love
Moonside.
It was just pretty.
Yeah.
But was that, your mom loved you, and then your dad was just always sitting by the phone and never would, he just like, you never saw him.
Well, he was always at work, so
he was always ready to save that game for you.
Yeah, save the game, and he'd always deposit money.
Yeah, deposit money. Hey, I deposit another $969, and you go buy this bat. But for me, it was like he would even check in on you, because after you've been playing for a while, hey, buddy, just wanted to know that. You shouldn't overexert yourself, Yeah. And it was like,
the game had like really cool moments of like weirdly comforting.
Oh yeah.
And like relatable stuff. It was just like, this is really strange how like all of a sudden I've gone from playing this game to like reading this whole like thing about my life.
Right.
But it's so cool. It's just a cool game.
It is a good game. Play that game, guys. Find it and play it, or watch somebody do it on Twitch.
Yes.
So with that said,
that was fun.
Honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
Clay Fighter is mine. I loved Clay Fighter. F-Zero or Sub-Zero. Was it F-Zero?
Yeah. That was a good Earthbound sound effect you threw in there with that burp.
F-Zero?
No, F-Zero was not on mine because the only time I ever played F-Zero was on like a kiosk at like
Star Fox
Electronics Boutique. I didn't
never
really
got
like
into
Star
it. You
Fox.
never
I
got
liked
into
Star
it.
Fox 64 a lot, but Star Fox on the Super Nintendo I didn't really like that much.
Backyard Baseball? Just
That
kidding.
was a PC game. Yeah, so I had NBA Jam on my honorable mentions
I
list.
can't believe you didn't.
I had Ken Griffey Jr.,
I can't believe that's like top 10.
which I wrote down as Ken Griffey's Jr.,
Yeah.
which doesn't
It
make
just
sense.
shows you how much you know about freaking video.
I had Mario Kart on there, and then you mentioned the people, how you named your characters on Earthbound. Real quick, I wanted to say
it.
I would name the main character Adam.
Yeah, of course.
The girl I would name Girl.
No, you wouldn't.
I did. I named her Girl.
I knew exactly. I know who you named it. I won't say it, but I know who you named it.
Well, maybe it's my most recent one.
Jesse. It was Jesse Madrid, but you named
I don't
it
think I
Jess.
did.
You would name it Jess.
I don't think I did.
And you name yourself Ness, and you'd say Ness and Jess.
No, I don't think that's true. Shout out though. And then the Jeff, I would name Nerd.
You're kind of a jerk to people.
Any listeners who want to hear a jerk, go back to our previous episode
And listen to Adam.
and listen to Travis. And then Pooh, I just named Pooh. And then the dog I named Ace also.
Oh, okay, cool. So at least we got some common ground there.
So those are my honorable mentions. There's so many good games for the Super Nintendo. It's one of the
Tell
best
us yours.
systems.
Not you. I'm not saying listeners.
Oh yeah,
Tell us
listeners,
yours.
Tell us yours.
Listen. Yeah.
And
hit us up.
Comment. Say if you agree or you don't agree with certain things.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Message us. I want to know
Is
your
this
top
going to
10.
be? Is this going to be on YouTube?
It's always every episode is on YouTube now.
Well, we're going to promote that,
but
so
not the
people
video.
can comment.
Not the video.
Well, sure, I know that, but people can comment still on the audio.
Yeah, if it's better for you to listen through YouTube, you can thank Kainoa Gregor for that one because he was the one that pushed me to do this, and I did it, and now he's listening again.
Cool.
Kainoa, it's great to have you.
Kainoa, I
Say Ragu on my...
I think we played Mega Man X once. We rented that with Kainoa. And then we played on the NES, the Chippendales Rescue Rangers with Kainoa.
Full frontal disclosure on this one. I thought Mega Man was Super Metroid. I thought Super Metroid was Mega Man.
But you
So I would have guessed Mega Man. I know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You played Mega Man. You were a Capcom guy, dude.
I did like Mega Man, but I only liked Mega Man on the regular Nintendo.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a Darren Hughes special.
Good stuff. Oh, Darren Hughes. Also, like Bubble Bobble. That was
regular.
NES, but I'm just thinking of Darren
Dude,
now.
Darren
He had all the games.
He had so many fun ass games. And I know I said ass again. I'm very sorry. I think I can get away with it with
Little
FCC.
Nemo? Was it Little Nemo?
What'd you call me?
Yeah. Little Caesars?
I had the games. He had Marble Madness.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
He had Bubble Bobble. He had Dragon.
Double Dragon?
He had
Ninja Gaiden, I'm sure.
Lemmings. I play Lemmings all the time. He had Dr. Mario. We borrowed Dr. Mario from him a lot.
Dr. Mario's good.
And you know what? That's what I love. I miss exchanging games with people.
Yeah.
It'd be like, hey, all right, I'm not going to see you probably for another 2 weeks, but you can borrow this game. I'll borrow your game, and we'll play this for 2 weeks. We would do that with Aaron and Craig. We would do that with Darren. We'd do that with a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, well, it was because everybody, some people had the Genesis and stuff, but most people had the Nintendo.
Right.
So it made it easier to trade games. But now, like, you have an Xbox and I have a PlayStation.
I just download it.
You download your games? Okay, I buy the physical copies. So I actually have it. If you ever got a PlayStation, I would.
Well, the thing with downloading, I don't have to then, because nowadays you have to, like, put the disc in, then download it anyways. So here.
Well, sure. Yeah, but, what happens? Right?
I don't know.
What happens later? What happens later in life?
Buy them again.
That is what happens.
You're talking to a guy who spent about $4,000 or $5,000
Oh my
on
gosh.
Madden games.
You spent that much money on Madden games, not your daughter?
Like probably seasons. Or like where I'd buy those packs. I got sucked into
Holy
the pack.
cow.
I know Kyle and Mike make fun of me about it.
Yeah.
Like how many packs you buy today, Travis?
Wow.
5.
Well, that's a huh. I did not know that about you.
Yeah, it's very depressing. I don't do it anymore though. I just spend it at the casino.
There
All
you
right,
go.
everyone, thanks so much for listening.
What's our next episode going to be about?
Episode?
We're going to talk about our 5 favorite Washington vacation spots.
Top
and
5 90s toys.
Top 5 90s toys. You want to do both of those?
Yeah,
As
all
one?
the same one.
Cool.
See how it goes. I'm going to do the top 4 seasons
of Madden football. top 4 trading cards from Madden Football. Hey, everybody. I just got a word from my co-host to say thanks for listening from both of us.